And it says that in their Talmud. So it says if you are not a Jew, that you...
There are a lot of people talking about this interview, but is what Dan Bilzerian saying actually true? Are these things in the Jewish religion, are they part of the Talmud? So let's go ahead and fact check what Dan Bilzerian was saying in that interview. Also, I am going to provide you with all the references, as you can see up top, so you can do your own research. Here we are reading from the Jerusalem Talmud, and Rabbi Simeon ben Yochai stated, kill the best of Gentiles. Gentiles are non-Jewish people, by the way. Smash the head of the best of snakes. The best qualified among women is a sorceress. Blessed is he who does the will of the omnipresent. So as you can see here, it clearly, clear as day, says that the Jews should kill the best of Gentiles, aka the non-Jews. It also talks really bad about women, saying that even the best of women is a sorceress. But let's move forward. Carrie Taught 6b says the following. And now this is the sages and the council interpreting scripture to their own lenses. So here, Gemara explains and argues that the Jewish people are called Adam, aka humans, but Gentiles are not called Adam, aka non-humans or subhumans. Now, is what Dan Bilzerian said about Jesus true? Well, we're going to look at Gittin 57a. Onkelos said to him, what is the punishment of that man? A euphemism for Jesus himself in the next world. Jesus said to him, he is punished with boiling excrement. As the master said, anyone who mocks the words of the sages will be sentenced to boiling excrement. So here, Onkelos, the argument is, if you mock the words of the sages, aka the people who compiled and made up the Talmud, you will be sentenced to boiling excrement. And they clearly say that Jesus was sentenced to that as well, because in the Bible, Jesus is arguing against the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the council. So the Jewish Sanhedrin. That's not all, because if you read the entire passage in context, they try to use necromancy to bring Jesus back to life, which also, by the way, is forbidden in Jewish tradition. This is all very blasphemous, obviously, to any Christian. They also explicitly mention Jesus of Nazareth. And I say explicitly mention because Jews will try to defend themselves by saying that, oh, Jesus is just a normal name. Well, here they are specifically pointing out Jesus of Nazareth, and obviously who else can it be? What other Jesus of Nazareth was claimed to be the Messiah, Mashiach, but the Jesus, right? Anyways, here they say, can there be a greater stumbling block than Christianity? So the sages, the people who made up the Talmud, are saying that Christianity is the greatest stumbling block that you can fall into. And there are many more passages like this that just go on, and they talk bad about Gentiles, they talk bad about Christianity, they talk trash about other religions as well. This is what a lot of the Talmud is composed of. Now, they're betting that you won't see this because the Talmud is huge, and there's the Babylonian Talmud and the Jerusalem Talmud. So their bet for the longest time has been that Gentiles will never be able to read the Talmud and actually analyze what they said about Gentiles and what they said about Christianity. But now that we live in a digital world and these works have been translated, we can see just how wicked these people have been for the longest time. And although this is not inherently in the Talmud, Jews nowadays do mock Palestinians. They do make fun of the people who have suffered in this war. They make fun of the innocents who have had nothing to do with Hamas or the hostages. But nevertheless, the Jews do make fun of those people online all the time in social media. I even heard this lady saying, oh, you mess with Israel, we're gonna blow you up. Or Fafo, F around and find out. When they blew up pagers and a bunch of innocent people got hurt, like children literally got hurt out of that. And, Jewish people were just making fun of all of them. So what Dan Bilzerian is saying in this interview, as you can see, and you can even go to these references, is pretty accurate. The one thing I could not find is what was said about Virgin Mary in the Talmud. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I could not locate it myself. But if you guys have the reference for that, please feel free to leave that in the comments below. Anyways, I hope that was good for your own information, and I hope you guys can learn a little more about what these people believe. A lot of people don't know what they believe. They don't know what Judaism is. They don't know what the Talmud is. And at the very least, I am thankful for Dan to actually get these things out to the mainstream public.